Hi everybody, Gary Fong here, and I'm with Craig Cohen from B&H Photo Video, who just gave us a lesson on how to use the DJI drone, and we own one, and I'm embarrassed to know how much knowledge is required to use this thing. Craig, can you go ahead and just kind of give us tell me the checklist when you start off, what you have to do.
I mean, my pre-flight checklist is about 25 different items. Some of the obvious ones, you want to make sure that you're getting a strong signal between your controller and your drone. You want to make sure your firmware is up to date, but things people don't check, wind conditions, you want to ground your drone anything over 12 miles an hour. Obvious things also that people can overlook. Look around your area. What is the tallest obstacle in the area? Reset your return to home height so you can clear that obstacle. Make sure that there's no children playing in the field that you're about to fly in. Make sure there's no helicopters flying past. You don't want to interfere with air traffic. You also don't want to interfere with emergency vehicles. You don't want to be filming that fire down the street. You're not doing them a favor. We can go on all day, but really the important thing is if you're going to be putting a drone into the sky, do your homework. Know not just about your drone, know everything you can learn about piloting. Every drone is different, every brand is different. DJI, for example, you're going to want to calibrate your compass every time you move more than 50 miles,
right? Or
every 24 hours. That's just DJI. There's different nuances with each different manufacturer. It's very important to learn absolutely everything you can about the drone that you're going to be flying.
If you're in trouble, is there a home button that you can just hit and it'll just...
So there is a return to home button. Depends on what kind of trouble you got yourself into. Again, this is where I spoke about the return to home altitude. I have a good friend. We were on a job and we were filming. I won't say where. He went around the building and just relied on return to home to bring it back. But he didn't set his return to home height high enough. It went up, hit the building, and went straight back down. When you feel you're comfortable getting it exactly where you want it to go, set up 2 5-foot circles on the ground. Take off in one, land in the other, take off there, land in the other. It's going to be different for everyone, but it is important that you feel comfortable. If you haven't broken them after about 30 hours of flight time, you want to just change them because the airfoil is going to start to have little...
Really?
Yeah, just from molecules in the air, you'll start to get little scratches, imperfections, bends. From traveling, storing them, you're going to start to have it could bend, it could chip, it could get warped, so about 30.
There's so much
hours.
I don't know.
So you have to respect it, you really have to treat it like the FAA classifies us as pilots. We are. What does a pilot do before a flight? He's going to check absolutely everything about that aircraft. He's going to go around the body, see if there's...
I don't do any of that.
But again, and this is why you see so many videos online of drone fails, drone crash, drone flyaway.
Didn't it hit some girl? Like they had a drone hitting some swimsuit model on the beach. A bride?
A bride. Could you imagine?
Oh my God!
A wedding photographer. I used to do weddings. Could you imagine ruining someone's day like that? Part of the responsibility is becoming a meteorologist, understanding not just what the weather's doing right now, but what the weather has potential to be doing.
Well, they shouldn't be selling this to anybody, then.
I agree. I think there should be licensing. I think there should be stricter laws.
This is crazy.
So with DJI, you want to make sure before every flight you calibrate the compass and check your firmware. So I'm going to calibrate the compass now.
We do none of this.
So the compass is going to be calibrated every 24 hours or every 50 miles.
Holy. Did you know that?
Okay, so now we got a good compass reading. Again, one of the other things I'm going to do now is I'm just going to look at everything I have here available to me. How strong is my radio signal? How many satellites do I have? Are my sensors all working properly? Everything's telling me green lights, we're ready to go. That doesn't mean I'm ready to fly.
Okay.
My safety checklist tells me I have to check out the area. I know these people are walking dogs. I want to know what the tallest building around me is.
Okay.
Good to go?
Yep. There's a mosquito stand. See, now we know how to do that.
most people would put their antennas this way anyway, but if you read your instruction booklet, you're going to see the proper antenna placement is actually like this.
Oh.
Now, what that's good for, though, is if I'm out that way. The signal's coming out the flat side of the antenna, not out of the tip. It's not a magic wand. We don't point it. It's coming out of here. The signal is coming out in circles.
Right.
So, if my drone were out there where it normally would be, this would be the correct position. Since we're going straight up, this is going to be the correct position for those antennas. That's going to get me the most signal.
Right.
No cool, more cool. Just something you can fly.
Everyone wants to fly a plane.
Okay, well, I think the big take-home lesson is don't just pick it up and start flying. Even though you want to, that's the thing. It's like, what? I'm not going to sit here and read this book and look up, there's Aurelia Borealis today, and I'm not going to fly, you know.
It's the coolest tool. I mean, who wouldn't want a camera that can go literally anywhere? But this is essentially a flying chainsaw. It has no qualms about cutting you or hurting somebody else. So, you know, take that into consideration.
All right. Thanks for the lesson. I'm intimidated as hell.
Thanks, Gary.